Alright, so I wanted to make another video while I'm working on my wife's Navi. And this is for people like me that, you're not trying to waste too much on the bike. It's not really something you want to put too much money in. Still, you want it to look nice. And for my wife, I'm trying to lower the back just a little bit. So what I did was pick up some scooter rear shocks. And when you look them up, these are actually off... or they're actually made for the Yamaha Zuma 125, but everything's the same. Even your factory bolt down here for the lower part of the shock bolts right into the threads. So that's what I'm gonna do. This kit actually came with 2 rear shocks for 70 bucks. I think it was like 69 and some change off of Amazon. So I'll post a link in the description. As you can tell, I already adjusted this one a little bit down there. And yeah, so it'll be pretty easy. And then the only thing you'll have to worry about, depending on your weight and the roads you drive on, is this plastic. You might have to trim it a bit, for back here, but it really won't hit unless you actually, again, hit a pothole or something. And the only 2 things you really need is a 14 and a 12, and either an impact or a wrench. So I always take off the bottom bolt first. The only thing that gets in your way is this little tube. You just have to push it out the way. And since I'm doing it myself, I'll just use my feet to hold the tire up. And it's on the center stand, I forget to mention that. See, the back end will want to drop. And you'll have the top part of the shock take off next. Again, that's just the 14. So it won't scratch too much. I'll just take it off by hand. And there you go. Shock's out. And whether it's just as a replacement shock or you're trying to lower it just a bit when you sit on it, it's a big difference. Well, in rideability, yeah, that is. The factory shock I find is just a little bit more stiffer. And with this shock, again, putting weight on it, it'll go down more than the factory one did. Kind of like my Grom, it's the suspension's a lot softer. Just make sure you get the threads in good before you tighten it up too much. And I'm just gonna tighten it a little bit so it won't move around whenever I try to get that top bolt back on. Then I'll pick it up with my feet again and line up the actual eye. Swap back to the 14, and then you can tighten it up all the way. You can even put Loctite if you don't feel safe